The round-trip process is a critical component to any partner going through onboarding. This is where we seed their first backup base images in the Datto cloud. At the end of December of 2016, we had closed out the year with nearly 16,000 round-trip drives shipped globally. I'm Kevin Williams. Welcome to Talk Nerdy to me from our new studio. In this episode, I got a chance to peek inside the inner workings of Datto's primary US data center to see a day in the life of the Datto round-trip team. Bill, thanks so much for joining us today.
Kevin, thanks for having me.
Now, I understand that we ended up going down to the data center in January, if I'm not mistaken,
That's right.
just to get an idea of what the team does down there, specific to round trips. Can you just break down for us some of the responsibilities?
Sure. We went down to basically see a day in the life of the round trip team down at the U.S. data center in Pennsylvania. We wanted to go through their day-to-day workflow, see how they process orders, how they process the drives, and they wipe the drives and get the the new orders out the door. Very much a day in the life, as they say, and we could say that for them, their day starts at the loading dock.
Like many things in business, it starts with a delivery. The day begins when inbound round-trip drives show up at the data center loading dock via common carrier. At this location at Datto's primary data center in Pennsylvania, there are usually 2 deliveries each morning, an express shipment and a ground shipment. A couple of carts worth of parcels are unloaded and then rolled onward. During the colder months, they are allowed to acclimate and warm up, which keeps condensation to a minimum. The drives are scanned in and unpacked. Meanwhile, drives that have finished syncing from the previous day are collected and processed for reuse. After lunch, the new drives are usually ready for syncing. Each drive is connected to a sync station and the automated sync process is started. Client round-trip data is then transferred directly to the Datto cloud storage nodes. The smallest round-trip drives can be processed within a few hours. The larger RT-NAS units can take days to transfer. It's all just a time function of data size divided by bandwidth. The RT-NAS units get processed manually. They are hooked up and their connection information is shared with the members of the round-trip team based at Datto headquarters. The members of this team are also the ones who handle all round-trip customer issues. They also oversee all international round-trip teams. Once all the inbound drives are hooked up and syncing, then it is time to focus on getting new orders shipped. Orders placed via the Datto partner portal appear in a queue. An order is then paired with a round-trip drive of the correct size needed to fulfill the order. Labels are printed, cables, inserts, and if needed, a power adapter all go into the box. The drive is then packed and sealed for shipment. Now the newly minted outgoing parcel is placed on the shipping cart. Minutes later, they are scanned, loaded, and on their way to another Datto client. And so begins another round-trip cycle.
Now, Bill, from what I understand, the Pennsylvania team is not only responsible for round trips. Can you give us an idea of some of their other duties?
Well, one of the other things that they do is they are essentially our data center remote hands. So when we have drive swaps for the storage nodes, we have to install new storage nodes. We have to remove old ones. We need to do chassis swaps. Any sort of data center maintenance, that team also fulfills those tasks. Those are driven by needs day to day that the engineering teams here will alert them to. In addition to their daily round-trip tasks.
Now, Bill, what are some of the other locations that we have in addition to Pennsylvania?
Okay, so obviously the video segment was on Pennsylvania. We have Toronto, Canada. We have Reading, England, which covers the EMEA region for Datto. We have Sydney in Australia. And then we also have round trips going to Singapore, but those are being fulfilled from either Sydney or the United States, depending on a given case or a given need.
Great. Well, Bill, thank you so much for joining us again today. Thank you for taking us on that fantastic journey through our data center in Pennsylvania.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you.
Round-trip drives are available to any partner who has access to the partner portal. For more information, visit our website.